Okay, how's everyone doing? I can't hear anyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Are we also live on YouTube?
Yeah, it shows that we're live streaming right now.
Oh, wonderful. Hmm. Who's nervous? Is anyone nervous?
The right question is who isn't?
What's there to be nervous about?
Presentation, live streaming of the presentation.
Hey, this is the first time I'm also doing a live stream, so I have no idea how it's going to go. But let's hope for the best.
This is the first time I'm giving a
How's
creative pitch.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Don't worry, we'll write here. Pin my face. I'll give you good expressions.
sure.
Okay, Baka's joining in 5 minutes. How was the weekend, everyone? Good? Pam, 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 pam. Pam, 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 pam.
Since we were talking about accessories, I prepared a hand fan for this, but I unfortunately broke it. The other accessory might be a little too. Yeah, I've also prepared this.
What the fuck? You're carrying a gun. Where's the hand fan?
It's right here.
He'll do anything for the 30K.
Anything.
Good. That should be the spirit. Did you ever imagine that when you joined the traineeship, there would be an assignment that would give out money like this?
No.
Cool, no? Tunika, your hair looks different.
Did you imagine?
No, it's exactly the same. I literally shampooed it. It's clean. That's the difference.
Oh, okay, cool. Where's everyone else? Harshita, Priyanka, why the fucking camera's off? Why do I have to repeat myself?
I'm super sick.
What's happened to you?
Viral.
Oh shit. How are you feeling?
Feeling better. I'll be switching on in 5 minutes.
No worries, no worries. You can keep it off.
Arey bro, my laptop cam is gone. Actually, I got it repaired. Now it has just blurred a lot. But I'll be presenting today, so I joined from laptop.
Look at Shriparna yawning on the screen.
What?
You're yawning ऐसे हम लोगों के face पे.
Sorry?
Shripanna is yawning. Shripanna is mostly yawning all the time.
Oh, Dipti, you got your hair colored.
I've always had my hair colored.
Oh my God.
I just washed it today, so I'm flaunting my locks, guys. I usually don't wash my hair.
Everybody, it's
See, lots of
everybody's
people have
hair wash
washed their
day
hair.
today.
Yeah.
Great. Actually, it's so cold that it's difficult to wash your hair, man. Like, I just
I,
keep it inside a topi.
I literally went to a parlor to wash my hair because that cold.
Who's which team is going first?
Team,
Team E.
Team E.
Team E. Now, Team E, 1 second, huh?
Jija, you're back.
Team E, what's your agency name?
Popcorn Inc.
Popcorn Inc. Okay. Are you all excited? Do you think you've cracked it?
I think we have popped it.
We're still waiting for Baka. Yeah. Oh, Baka's here. 1 second. Baka, where are you at? Baka, hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Hi, guys.
What's up?
What's happening?
How you doing?
Not bad.
Okay, so Baka, meet everyone. Everyone meet Baka. He's a close friend of mine. We were at school together. And he's the founder of Akvo. We've worked together in the past. Akvo, as you know, I've given the brief out. You guys should know about Akvo by now. So I haven't helped them at all in this, let's call it a pitch, because that's what it is.
Fantastic.
I haven't helped them at all. I've given them the brief and I showed you what that brief was. So let's kickstart. Who's presenting? From Team E.
I am presenting, but Tanya will be sharing the screen.
Tanya will be sharing the screen, but you will be talking, right? So I'm just
Yes.
adding a pin. Okay, Baka, so here's how it will go. We have 15 minutes per person. Okay. And we have a break for 5 minutes after that, where you and me will meet on the Google Sheet and just do the tabs. Okay?
Sure.
Cool. Okay, over to you, Renuka.
Thanks. I'll just wait for Tanya to share the screen. Just
Yeah.
a minute.
We're bang on time, huh? 8:05 we start.
Are you putting on the timer or something?
Yeah, of course. 15 minutes and 15 minutes. Tanya, are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I can't really figure out where that works on Zoom.
Okay, you should have figured it out before.
Sorry.
There's a button that says share screen. There's a green button that says share screen on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make
You
it
want to
full screen,
hit,
Tanya.
you want to go to present to view? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll start.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. As you can see, the agency name is Popcorn Inc. My name is Renuka, and I'm going to walk you through the presentation we have specially made for Akvo. Next slide, please. So this is the roadmap or the cons we have popped during the process. This is how we're going to take forward the pitch, the problem at the hand, a bit of a competitor analysis, the execution idea, and everything. Next slide. As we all know, what exactly is Akvo? Just re-emphasizing on it, Akvo, by using its proprietary air-to-water technology, is making water, drinkable pure water through air. Akvo, by using its proprietary next slide, please. Technology, is making water, drinkable pure water. I am getting some echo. Is somebody's mic on?
No, it's all good.
Oh, I
Okay.
think it's coming
Okay.
from your, like
Okay,
it's
so the problem at hand which we are targeting is to educate people about what is the atmospheric water generation technology and how using Akvo businesses can solve this problem. Next slide. Here is the overview of competitor analysis. As you can see, we have taken the top 3 competitors from the Indian market, companies operating in the atmospheric water generation segment. These industries are spread across the country, which you can see like they come from Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, etc. Some of the tonality which they are using is either targeting the fear or just spreading awareness about the sustainability segment in idea. Next slide. Who are we talking to? Through this entire brief and the problem at hand, what we are trying, the people whom we are trying to target is the medium, small, and micro enterprises, which are majorly based in the geographical area of warm and coastal region. Cities like Surat, Chennai, Kochi, where the atmosphere, the air humidity, and temperature is supporting the technology which we use. When it comes to the mindset, we are trying to capture the mindset of these businesses which are more driven towards the innovation, trying to be sustainable, at the same time optimizing the cost which their businesses are going to incur in this process. Next slide. The key insight which we have taken is building a better future by using Akvo. So the technology which is used is majorly unlocking a renewable energy source to generate water. Next. So the big idea here is future here and now. What we are trying to do is talk to the businesses, create awareness in terms of giving you the idea of building a future, but in such a way that it starts right now. हर कोई बिजनेस ये नहीं सोचता है कि 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line मुझे क्या करना है, but to get to that 5 years or the 10 years vision, मुझे आज से क्या करना है is what we are trying to tell the businesses. At the same time, making their business cost effective in terms of their water requirements, giving them easy solutions to the water requirements, and at the same time making it sustainable. Next slide. This entire campaign is going to be a digital campaign, which is divided into 3 phases. The phase 1 is going to be creating awareness about atmospheric water generation technology. The second phase is highlighting how Akvo is going to use the business while supporting this technology. And the last and third phase is going to be collaborating with more such businesses supporting sustainability and advocating conversations around it. The platforms are going to be Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and the duration for each phase is roughly around 3 to 4 weeks. Next slide. Some of the creative ideas which we are going to target in the first phase is where we are taking a dystopian route, highlighting how the technology is going to be cost effective. It is not going to be dependent on the groundwater level. At the same time, it is also going to give you the instant drinkable water. Next slide. Next. In the second phase, we are going to talk more to the businesses directly, whether decreasing their dependency on the packaged drinking water in terms of the corporates, in terms of the F&B and hospitality industry, targeting the salons and education segments, etc. While we are also decreasing their dependency on the infrastructure required. Next slide. The third phase where we are talking more about the conversations and creating awareness is through Instagram collaborations with the like-minded people and businesses. And we are also pitching an idea for a podcast where through this you can talk to the industry leaders and also people operating in the similar segment. Next slide. While at it, we also try to add a little bit of humor to it through these light-hearted memes. Next. By now, we hope that this idea has also popped into your head just like us. So we are trying to develop in one line a future with the help of Akvo. Next. So you have heard what we are trying to do. Now coming to us, who we are and what we are doing. We don't believe in the designations. So this is just a representation of what flavors each one of us is bringing to the pitch and to the entire agency. One of us is cheesy, one of us is the classic salted one, the piri piri, and adding the masala to the pitch. Thank you so much for listening patiently to our pitch, and we hope it also popped your minds.
So we'll be more than happy to take you through the pitch. Any specific questions if you have anything that you liked, anything if you want to know the thought process.
Yeah, I
What
hope we were able to
what was the single line idea once again?
future here and now.
Future here and now. Okay.
So we like the idea that Akvo is going, that there's just a 2 rupees per liter thing for the cost effectiveness, that there's no construction, no pipeline. So that is the first phase that we are using for the underlining thing.
Okay. No, I think we've understood what the idea is.
But just one, why
yeah.
why have you targeted just MSMEs?
First of all, what we thought is either MSMEs are more prone to the technologies and new and upcoming things. And secondly, we also think considering the cost, it will be also beneficial for them.
Okay.
Right, because that becomes a one-time, sorry.
Yeah, basically, Baba, we are looking at two things that we can scale more. So the MSPs, restaurants, and F&B will go more under.
Okay.
Baka, just come to the Excel sheet. One sec.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Do you agree, disagree?
I think with column E, I have a certain disagreement. Baki, I think is okay. So I would probably put this at this.
Yeah.
That's
and column I.
I is okay.
I is okay, no? Okay, that's what I thought as well. Okay. Who's next? Team A.
We are.
But good stuff, guys. Team E.
Great.
Good homework. Great effort, good homework.
Research
Yeah.
on competition was really good to see.
We'll have a detailed conversation once we finish seeing everything. We'll send you notes, but good stuff. Okay, over to you. Team A. Team A, what's your agency called?
Hi, Bo. So we are Playaholics, and I'm Priyanka. I'll be pitching on the behalf of my team.
Just give me 1 sec. Who's going to be speaking?
I'm Priyanka. I'll be speaking.
Okay, you'll be speaking. Are you not well?
Yeah, a little bit, Bo, but it's fine.
No, I just wanted you to Start. Okay, no worries. Yeah, so Playaholics. 1 second, please.
Acha.
Go for it.
So hi, Bo and Navkaran. We are a small agency of 5 people, and we have prepared a small deck of Akvo so that we can, promote Akvo to B2B businesses. So it's time we introduce ourselves, but we have got only 15 minutes. So I think the work that we do is more important, so we can talk about ourselves later. This is the brief that we got, and our objective was to spread awareness and to gain trust of B2Bs in Akvo Atmospheric Water Solutions. The product is Akvo water generators that convert air to water, and it claims that it provides pure water because it has water filters available. The problem statement that we are focused on is again to raise awareness and trust. Competitor analysis shows that they are targeting a very key emotion of fear of scarcity of water, and creating magic. So this is what most of the companies are focusing on. And to be very honest, I don't think that we can just go out of the way and incite such emotions in this, generating water from air. So we went to our route one, which is storytelling route. We have incorporated animals in this route. So there are certain animals which can, derive moisture from air. So that is our thing, that if animals can do it and they can sustain, so it is high time we can also do it. And our keyword is sustainability. Our solution is highly sustainable. So nature is also associated with purity, and that is the reason why we have incorporated animals here. Social media campaigns ke liye, we have planned something like this. I know we are not very good at designs right now. So we have used these small animals, desert beetles, they can harvest fog from the air, rainwater frogs, they can also capture water from the air. So this is what our socials will look like. Then we have done a long copy ad. In this long copy ad, we have done some we have approached it with creativity, that animals are being sarcastic to us, that they can sustain even if they don't have fresh water because they can get it from the air and we are not able to do it. But with the help of Akvo, we can also get a sustainable solution. Now, when we were doing route one, we felt that since we are a very creative agency, we have taken a complete creative approach, and we have not targeted it from B2B point of view and a more professional point of view of presenting it. So we went to route two. So in route two, we have taken a more technical approach. So we have associated, this is our long copy ad, we have associated ourselves with some brands like Apple and Nike. So Apple says think different. So Apple, we have taken.
Do you want to read out that ad, please?
Yeah. So the ad is, what are we turning into? Ever imagine what it would be like, not only humans, but companies experience water scarcity? Will Apple still be able to think different in the minimum think without water? This just says that when you don't get enough water or clean water, so people are
just
not
read out there. Read out there, please.
focused on the workplace. Okay. Or will Nike be able to just do it? Do what without water? Or will Disney still be the happiest place on earth without people not able to drink anything? Fact bombs dropping. Ouch. Almost 2/3 of the world's population experiences severe water scarcity for at least 1 month every year, suggests reports from UNICEF. Want more? You may already be convinced, but here we go. Half of the world's population could be living in areas facing water scarcity by as early as 2025. And this doesn't stop here. We may not lend an ear to it, but it expands so much that one will not be able to turn our eyes away from it. The world is advancing, and so is our need to innovate and move better. Desire to expand businesses lies not only in expanding production, but also catering to productivity in a much broader sense. Alternative solutions are necessary in a world where the essentials are depleting faster than ever. So what do we do? Solutions don't come out of thin air, or do they? Akvo creates pure mineral-rich water using a proprietary groundbreaking air-to-water technology that creates unlimited drinking water from the moisture in the air. Akvo Atmospheric Water Generator replicates the natural process of condensation by simulating the dew point, which allows it to make water continuously, even in low humidity conditions. Equipped with an antimicrobial air filter to remove impurities from the air, this breaking air-to-water technology provides unlimited supply of pure water, extremely beneficial in crisis and emergency situations. Hence, there will be worries on changing the taglines of Apple and Nike, I guess. Can I move forward, Bo? Because we have planned some more things.
Yeah.
Okay. So taking on the similar idea, we're just taking it forward to social media. We are doing some collaborations with some known brands who have a huge manpower. So just do it, install Akvo and harvest water from the air. Then similarly for Disney. then these two, then this, what an idea surgery. So this is our social media thing that we have planned. For emailers, we have tried to focus on B2B problems, because if we are sending an email to a founder, like if you're sending it to Navkaram, so it's like eliminate water problems. So since every morning there's a huge hustle bustle regarding water, then reduce office expenses. We have planned emails and presented them like this. Next is tired of sick leaves. So this is a huge problem, people falling sick because of water, and people also making excuses around it because there are low hygienic conditions in the office. Then we have reused the copy that we presented earlier, and we can use it as a leaflet as well. We made a small corporate brochure. We wanted to add more technical to it, but that's the best we could do in this time. So this is the cover, page 2, page 3. So we are telling a story in page number 2. Everybody has dreams and we want to set up a business, but business requires people. So if you take care of the people in your office, they will contribute to your dreams. So it is sustaining the people and sustaining your business as well. Third slide also focuses on the same. I know I'm not very good at this circular flowchart sort of thing, but I just made it that how Akvo works. So air from the atmosphere goes through a 3-layer air filter, then condensation takes place, water gets stored, it gets filtered, and the remaining air is just released outside. These are a few USPs: 24/7 water supply, 365 days, clean mineral-rich water, and water at ₹2 per liter. This is the product range that we have displayed. Then the basic product, which is Akvo Pod. So we have just made a page around it, that 50 liters water a day for 99,000 rupees, and like 100 liter water, 2 lakh rupees. I read it online. Then minimum power usage, like it uses just 1 unit of power in 1 hour, then no installation charges, etc. These are the conditions that Akvo requires. Humidity around 70 to 75%, but minimum humidity around 35% is needed. These are a few features plus benefits, like 3-layer water filter is there. There are no supply issues if Akvo is there, because it can just be installed. The water is mineral rich, it is low maintenance, etc. And finally, you can book a presentation with us, a corporate presentation with us. We have made some billboards. Usually, there are just one-liner things. So that's what we have done. We have put a logo. We have put one line here as billboards. Some paper bags as additional. So I was working in a corporate where we take up stalls in exhibitions, other B2Bs also visit, and it is a very good place to promote your business. So we give away those takeaways, bags and brochures. So this is the design of the bags that we can give away to the people. So water for all, naturally, for a thirsty tomorrow. These are 2 small survey questions, like if we are approaching a B2B by our emailers and they respond back, or if we are just targeting in bulk, so we can ask some questions. So is water scarcity affecting your business? Does your workplace lack clear, pure water, etc.? This can help us identify the B2B leads which can pay this amount of money, like the range starting from 99,000 rupees, and we can just follow up with them through our entire funnel. This is also a feedback thing. A little out of place. I think we made it on Canva and downloaded it, but it will be fine. Thank you.
Okay.
So we had just 15 minutes, so that is all we could do, and we would love to work.
No, that's a lot for 15 minutes. You've packed in quite a punch.
We tried.
Especially the slide about 15 minutes.
Okay, now Karan, we are really looking forward to work with you now. So let me just take 1 more minute and name our team members at least. So nobody knows us as of now, I think, because we are a beginning agency, we can say we were formed 4 days ago in Bose Copy Traineeship. So I am Priyanka. My fellow participants are Nandini, Karan, Shriparna, and Arvind.
Okay. I have, thank you guys. I have one question and one comment. My question is, why did you choose animals? I get the logic that certain animals can survive because they know how to get water. I get that, but how is that relatable to a person is my question. And my observation is that most of the communication that you've actually done is quite layered. So for me to end up at the product proposition, it's taking a bit of, like, it's at least a 2-3 step process.
I'll be honest in
Yeah.
can I start? Oh, sorry, I interrupted
Yeah,
you.
sure.
Okay, I'll be honest in this. So we checked the competition. They were focusing on fear. We did not want to focus much on fear and magic. And I know Navkaran is here, but there is nothing exceptional that we can create out of it. So we wanted to tell a story, as I said in the beginning. And that is why we brought in animals to build a relatability sort of, a story which people can listen and they can get
I
interested
understand. No,
in.
I understand that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that the story that you craft has to touch the person that you want to touch, right? So, for example, let's say, I mean, who are you speaking to? You're speaking to a business owner, a medium to large business owner, correct?
Right.
So, essentially, you're speaking to the head of the admin department, CEO, whoever, right?
Correct.
Now, the kind of pictures that I saw, the kind of treatment that I saw is very panchatantra, tinkle, in that zone. Would that um, would that speak to someone at that stature? Would they not look at that and think, fuck, this is probably not for me?
Yeah,
So
actually, Priyanka, can I? Yeah.
let me complete because you're traveling.
Okay,
So
okay,
that is
sorry.
why we chose two routes. Route one was more creative, as I mentioned in the beginning, which was completely focused on the animals.
I know.
And we
I
thought
know.
that since it is getting very creative and not suited to B2B, that's why we came to Route 2.
Correct.
So
Route 2 was based on advertising jingo and lingo and advertising slogans, right? The most beautiful place on earth, Disney, Just Do It, Nike. How many?
Yes.
So are you targeting only advertising industries, or are you targeting other industries? In which case they will possibly not know any of these lines.
So see, Bo, that was
It's
the
a
social media part, I believe. So in social media part, we cannot add too much of technical information or anything. We just wanted to get some awareness. But for B2B in specific, if you see, we did the emailers, which are more targeted
I
and
know, I
they
saw
talk
that.
about
Yeah,
the
yeah. I
office
saw that.
problems. So we just tried to create a mix of things because we wanted to include social media. Now, अगर हम benefit या feature या educate करने लगते हैं social media पे, तो I don't think that fits. So that was just to get some virality thing to make people see the brand. That's what we were targeting. And for specifically the founder in B2B, we did the emailer thing and the brochure part mainly. Like we can attach the brochure and send the
Understood.
lead generation. So we divided it into two. One is for awareness and one is directly to B2B founders for educational part. And this is the best explanation I can give.
No, that's fine. I
I
was
know you
just
are
looking
the
for an answer.
master here.
It's fine. I mean, as long as you can justify why you did that, it's perfectly fine. Bhagat, do you have any questions?
Yeah.
No, my only point was that, yeah, so Route 1 was completely not centered at all to B2B. Route 2 seemed okay, but like Bodhi pointed out, it's pretty much piggybacking on something. It's good to get attention, but I would have liked to see a lot more in that. Means I think that the thought process was kind of good, but I don't know about the other part of the strategy there.
Yeah. Bhagat, you're okay with the tabs?
I think with column E, you can be a bit more generous, especially because I really like Route 2. But everything else is okay.
So then I also goes up to what? This?
Yeah, it'll remain the same. Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, Bo. Thank you, Navkaran.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Playaholics. I like the name.
I think
Team
you played
B.
around too much.
It's okay. It's okay. Team B, who's presenting?
Hi, I'm presenting for Team
Oh,
B.
you are? Okay, 1 second. Let me pin you. Okay.
And
Are you also sharing? What's your agency called?
our agency is called Unbrief. We take your brief and we unwrap it. Hence, we are Unbrief.
Okay, Froggy, come on, start.
I wanted someone to notice, like, hey, I cannot live without water. But yes. Let me share my screen. Just a moment. Yeah. So here we are. And like I said, we are Unbrief and we are here to give you a presentation on what we have for Akvo.
Just go full screen, please.
I am a little like this, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So here's a revelation for you guys. it's not a revelation as such, because a lot of other people are talking about it, but they're not talking about it in this manner, that your water source doesn't have to be another water body, but the very air that you breathe. And we are trying to say the same to our audience, that you can produce water from the air. A lot of office spaces, like our problem here is that a lot of office spaces don't think about the sources from which they're ordering water. They rely on traditional methods of getting water, such as delivering water canisters, which means that a lot of storage issues come into place. And then there is the issue of water bottles, unko lena, wapas dena. Then a lot of the time when we are getting these water canisters, these plastic water canisters, our problem is that we might even be consuming nano and microplastics, which we were researching a little about. And potentially all of this, like it could lead to health issues and productivity issues and such. And the most important part that businesses do not realize is that water, the transportation of water itself, it's such an essential resource that we cannot even cut our budgets for that. It is still taking up a large part of our budget. So these are some problems that we identified that businesses face around us when it comes to sourcing their water. And this, we are talking about water sourced from traditional water bodies. With that, the global drinking water crisis has now reached office spaces. Like, we are being a little dramatic here. The global water crisis, hopefully we are able to handle that with Akvo. But our problem here is that office spaces are not thinking about their water. We had a quick look at Akvo's competitors. Okay, and here's what we have. We have Aero Water, Uravu, Boon, Maitri, Vayujal, and Morning Dew. All of these competitors, they're talking about getting sustainable water sources. All of them are creating water from air. And they're all talking about sustainability. They're talking about climate change. They're talking about customizable water solutions or tapping into the worldwide water shortage. All of these are like creating a sense of, all of these feel like they're falling into this sustainability angle, or like talking about the planet. But here is something they're not talking about. They're all offering clean water anytime, anywhere. They're all doing this. They're positioning themselves as the premier solution for water management. But they are not talking about being smarter when it comes to water management. Hence, our creative idea here is that we are missing a crucial thing about the benefits of getting water from air. The unspoken questions that people have in their minds about creating water. When we're creating awareness, our main objective here is to create awareness about these solutions, right? So there are so many questions people have. This is something a lot of people are doing, but they're not creating a lot of material about it. They're not creating this awareness with corporate heads of management that you have a good solution that with which you can give water for your employees, right? And you don't have to worry about your costs. So you must face questions. I think Navkaran himself in a video was talking about a question that he faced. क्या मेरे पसीने से भी पानी बन सकता है? And we know that these kinds of questions do keep coming up. So, and this is a nascent technology. We are going to overcome some fears about costs. We need to create conversation, build trust about Akvo. So we say, get smarter. Think water, drink smarter. So for that, we have a creative video idea as well, like how we can create awareness through a video. We've taken a quirky route. We know it's a B2B campaign, but we wanted to have some fun with the B2B campaign. So we have a film for you. In this film, we start the film with a person who is wearing like wearing formal wear, standing next to a mini truck with water canisters, and he's taking down an inventory of the water. Okay, he engages in conversation with the driver. And they're talking about the water canisters. Suddenly, a person appears like from behind him and taps his shoulder with an empty glass of water. He taps on the air just above the empty glass, and a stream of water falls into the glass. He hands it to the person who is taking the inventory. Now, when the inventory keeper starts drinking the water, he sees that the truck disappears. Like he becomes very surprised कि ये पानी का canister भरा हुआ truck गायब हो गया, and it's replaced by a briefcase. It falls to the ground, springs open, and reveals like stacks of currency notes. Overwhelmed, like the driver is like crazy, ये क्या हो गया? And then he just looks around, picks up a few bundles, and runs away. And the person with the glass assists the inventory keeper, he chalo, like take the money. So we are symbolizing the amount of money that you're saving in this video. The video concludes with a 3D video montage. Like then we come to the product itself. We show the product and some of its features, and we inform the audience that with Akvo, you can save both water and money. And then we tell them that when you think smarter and drink smarter with Akvo, you can save both money and water. So this is how, like, kind of the look and feel of the video. Should I play this or we go to the next one?
Let's move. I don't think we have time for that.
Okay, yeah. So these are some of the creative ideas that we also have. We'll show these, look up, there's awareness in the air. So we are putting these billboards like in very visible locations, near corporate spaces, near like big office buildings where you can see these administrative people. We need to catch their eye. So we have some of these hoarding ideas here as well. And then we have more. This is not it. We have more ideas. And over to Sudeshna. Sudeshna, you can take over and I'll keep presenting.
Yeah, thanks, Deepti. If we could just move on to the next slide. So, because Akvo is a more nascent technology revolving around atmospheric water systems, we also wanted to start a conversation about what we mean by being smart with your water management systems. So, we wanted to reach out to the early adopters of this technology and those who are interested through common and very popular B2B marketing strategies and platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook, which have features like interest groups, and LinkedIn will connect us to other businesses. So next slide, please, Deepti. Yeah, so these are a few, you can say, ideas or mock-ups that we thought of that would be able to trigger that communication in a more interesting manner, because there's a lot of science involved behind the Akvo's technology, which may or may not interest the consumer. So we're trying to go through the route of podcasts where sort of like, triggering questions like, oh, you can drink water from air, or just like posters, just those kind of things within the articles, creating reels, that sort of thing, to teach the technology behind Akvo to encourage its use. Yep. And we definitely want to reach out to people who have a lot of questions, because we want to educate and want to participate creatively in educating and spreading awareness about Akvo. So we want to reach out to the common platforms, Quora and Reddit, where all the questions are spammed often. And common questions that are asked, next slide, Deepti, are things like what is an atmospheric water generation system, what is the cost looking like, what is the kilowatts, what energy are we having to give for this kind of thing, how is the installation, that kind of questions in a creative manner. We want to be able to be interactive, and as in our team Unbrief, we have 3 to 4 representatives. We want to be able to be creative and just talk and communicate about Akvo, its costs, its ability to be sustainable, to be innovative, all those questions we want to be able to answer. Next slide. Yeah, so our idea behind Think Water and Drink Smarter is because our target audience is smarter. We are urbanizing as a population. We are aiming towards creating a sustainable environment that caters to the future as well. And Akvo does that through using the air to be able to generate water. And yeah, just using this smart, innovative technology in the system is the way.
You have 1 minute left.
Okay. Next slide. Yeah, now finally just wrapping up our team. We're Unbrief. We're professional unwrappers of your brief. Our team involves Deepti, it involves me, we've got Jija and Gurpreet, who are sort of the backbone of this slide and this presentation to be put together. Although they're not speaking, they were definitely a major part of why.
Who's made this presentation?
Jija and Gurpreet. Little bit me and Deepti, but all the alignment,
All of
the
us
color
like
scheming,
pitched
everything. Thoda we all did.
Like today, I think we were doing some discussion on the WhatsApp group and then like sort of fast forwarding some work on the
They just
presentation, that last
executed
part.
it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
It was a good presentation. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have any questions. Bhagat, do you have any questions?
I don't have questions.
How do you not? Is that supposed to make us less or more nervous?
We'll find out.
Holy
You
shit.
want to go to that sheet?
I'm okay with that shit.
Yeah, okay. All right. Can you stop sharing your screen?
I'm trying to figure that out. Just a moment. How do we stop sharing?
Okay, one sec.
Oh yeah, stop share. Yes.
Okay. Team C. Who's presenting in Team C?
Hi, I'm presenting the first half, and the second half is being presented by Parita. And I'll be doing the screen sharing and switching through the slides as well.
Okay, wonderful.
Just sharing.
Let's go. Okay, what's your agency called, Jairaj?
Our agency is called Son of a Pitch. And just a second. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So should I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So hi everyone. We're Son of a Pitch. We are an independent creative agency with offices all over the world, including Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and London. Before moving ahead, let me just dig a little deeper into what exactly Akvo is all about. So what does Akvo do? They create clean, reliable drinking water from air and provide it to everyone, everywhere. And how do they do this? They extract water from air through condensation using atmospheric water generation technology. And why do they do this? They do this because they have a mission to decommodify the world's biggest commodity and offer a long-term solution to the issue of water scarcity. So if you look at the brand positioning of Akvo, firstly, let's just take a look at drinking water and what the consumers want exactly. So the consumers want a cost-effective and convenient solution to pure, clean drinking water. And that is what the other companies are doing as well. But where Akvo stands out and how it differentiates itself is that Akvo, although they provide a cost-effective solution to pure, clean drinking water, they also want to change the entire system. They want to focus on decommodifying the world's biggest commodity so that the next world war is not for water. And this drive to make a change is what sets Akvo apart. We'll be targeting like government organizations such as airport authorities and public healthcare departments, residential complexes like flats and apartments, factory owners, multinational companies which have large corporate offices. And if you just take a quick glance at the competitors' communication, so Aero Water and WaterGen, their communication comes across as that of a problem solver, and they more or less they sort of like show the product and its features. They don't educate the public too much about it, and that's where we think that Akvo is much more than that. So let's just understand the problem at hand first. We'll do this by taking the famous analogy of the glass half full, glass half empty. So when it comes to consuming water, some think the glass is half full and they don't worry about scarcity, whereas others say the glass is half empty and they know that water scarcity is a real problem. In fact, 2/3 of the world is predicted to be water scarce by 2025, according to a WWF report. Unfortunately, only some know that the glass can be fully filled, and that's where Akvo steps in. For Akvo, every glass is always full because they look at air differently. Akvo is a game changer because Akvo sees the big picture. It's here for a greater purpose to not just solve water scarcity issues, but to eradicate the problem itself and change the entire system. And here's how we can do that. And Parita will take us to the creative routes that we'll explore.
Yep, thanks, Jairaj. Okay, so we have approached this by taking two routes. while educating the target audience, either we can directly say that, hey, this is what we want you to know about, or we could show them the consequences that if we don't do this, this is what you may have to face or we may have to face. So the route one is basically the direct approach, wherein we just stress on the fact that the audience needs to look at air differently. Next, so these are the social media creatives, the mock-ups that may look like. Yeah, next. We could also incorporate billboards into it to cover a larger audience, where we could just show different terrains in the background, suggesting that there's accessibility to pure, clean drinking water, even in locations where we may not naturally think of. Then this could be also a video script. I'll just briefly go through it. This is basically a script wherein the manager steps into the office. He steps into the office and there's a camera on his face. He has a very shocked expression. Then the camera sort of captures the entire corporate space, wherein we see employees and other staff members wearing scuba diving masks. They have fins, basically just to reinforce the fact that it's time we need to look air a bit differently. And then at the end, there would just be a super saying, where there's air, there's water. Next. This is like an add-on idea. This is not a digital campaign. This is like we reach out to 4 villages. These are the 4 villages that actually have issues like pollution, lack of rain. So we reach out to those and like offer them our water purifiers at discounted rates or even free rates, and just like come up with a corporate film of probably 60 to 90-second film on covering the issue and how Akvo fits in there. Yeah, next. So these are just like the YouTube and Instagram thumbnails for the films. The second approach is like a contrasting approach to the same issue, wherein we show people the consequences that if we don't switch to air to water technology, we may have to witness a horrific future where water may actually become a commodity. So the social media creatives may look like, yeah, next. Next, the campaign itself focuses on Akvo's ethos, that is decommodifying the biggest commodity on earth. So through this, we intend to like urge people to just join a movement and just decommodify it, because we don't need to pay that much. Again, this is a script idea where we could just show multiple scenes. The scene 1 is just a family eating dinner at a restaurant. It's like way in the future, not even way in the future, because the stats say that by 2025, India will become a water scarce nation. So the mom just looks at the bill and she finds out that the water bill has like surpassed the normal limit. She just gives an angry glare to her daughter. And then we just show that water is then being sold in different sizes of classes, like small, medium, large, the way today's commodities are sold, basically. Then there could be another scene where it's just a bunch of friends ordering water shots along with alcohol shots. And then there could also be a scene where we show water bags or bags of water being sold the way gold and diamonds are sold today. At the end, there would just be a super saying, before it becomes a commodity, let's decommodify water with Akvo. Yeah, next. So the reasons why we think these campaigns work is we're approaching the problem with 2 very contrasting approaches. One is by directly educating them about the air to water technology. The other approach is by showing them the consequences of not getting on board with this technology now. So yeah. So yeah, that again brings us to the end, or rather the beginning of the presentation, that with Akvo, like it's time to bid farewell to the half glass full, half glass empty analogy, because with Akvo, the glass will always be full. This is just for fun. And this is our contact email address in case you want to get in touch.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Couple of points. Jairaj, never fucking repeat the words that are on the slide. People aren't idiots.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, just for the future, don't do that. Okay. Route 1 for me doesn't work at all. Route 1 doesn't work because it's not just about water from air, it's about drinking water. So the visuals that you had were about like fucking underwater city, this, that, whatever, right? It has nothing to do with drinking water. Okay. So route 1 doesn't work. Route 2 was a very powerful route. That commodifying before it turns into commodity was a very powerful route. The visuals were quite powerful. I just didn't see a business to business conversation happening there. The route was nice. There was something definitely there in the route. It's not there yet. It needs something. It needs something to be added. So those were my cursory thoughts. Baka?
Yeah, so I agree that although the ideas are pretty solid, especially with the whole commoditization, the gold bottles, the Bitcoin, etc., all of that. But from a business decision making perspective, if I'm basically one of those managers who's making these decisions, I don't know if this really catches my eye because it becomes something that's personal to me. It's not about the enterprise at large that I'm thinking about. So that was my 2 cents there.
Do you want to come to that sheet?
Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah, works.
Okay.
Works.
Okay, who's next? Team D.
We are next. Could you please give the screen sharing rights to Dipanch? I'll be presenting.
Everyone has screen sharing rights.
Dipanch,
Who'll be presenting?
Yes,
Who'll be presenting?
me, Harshita.
Harshita, one second.
Yes.
Okay. Team double decker, is it?
Yes, because we started with 2 decks.
And a lot of ideas that didn't make through.
That's always a good place to start.
Yes.
All the best, Harshita.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, all yours.
Next slide, please. So as we were tackling and looking at the problem from a B2B perspective, which we hadn't worked on before, we realized that one of the major aspects we have to keep in mind is scale. Scale is a huge problem when it comes to presenting and making ideas for B2B campaigns. And also, while studying the consumer, we found many interesting insights. We also studied what are the major influencers in one's life and who are really the decision makers. As it is the case of water systems, those will be people who are concerned with administrative expenses. Next slide. So this is the sketch of the audience whom we want to target. What are the primary influencers in their life? What are the ancillary influencers? So as mostly the decisions are made at the business place itself, it would be the professional colleagues who immediately influence. And of course, the person goes home, there can be systems and there can be various cultural influences as well, which come up. So they can also aid in one person making a decision. Mainly in terms of small and mid-sized companies, we are speaking to somebody at the CXO level, and we are also speaking to HR heads and mid-level managers for extremely large companies. Next. Now, what are the challenges in B2B companies which come when it comes to water? There are temperature challenges. People secretly do want to be a trendsetter that, oh, look, my company did this. We are so cool. They want to come in news. They have to wait for the water cans to be installed sometimes, even when they're really thirsty. And sometimes their reactions are, ye pani ka bill hai ya Tanishq ka? It's getting so expensive. Other than this, as of late, CSR responsibilities and sustainability angles are popping up and people are becoming more woke. Sometimes these people end up feeling, should I run a business or shall I become an environmentalist? Next slide. Now, if we break down the problem into 3 steps, that is external, internal, and philosophical, the basic need comes to, I'm thirsty, I need water at workplace. The second would be, okay, I can't tell my employees how to drink water, but still, can I somehow ensure that the bills are less? And then the last would be, as we are talking about water scarcity, that can I still somehow contribute it towards it and look cool without being somebody who's really into being an environmentalist? Next. And this is what the current landscape is. Whenever we studied what are the various other companies which are providing similar solutions or systems, we got to know, let's go a step deeper. Our competitor is not Altitude, Pureo, Kent, or anyone else. It's the larger problem of water scarcity. So if we portray Akvo as a brand hero, the rival or the competitor would be water scarcity, not any Kent, Pure Flow, or Altitude. Next. So where does Akvo fit in? What business problems will Akvo solve? Firstly, ROI is doubled. So we read a paper as also suggested by Deepanch by University of Michigan, which says that in long term, your ROI in water is nearly doubled and the price goes to half. And to all the pipe worries and to all the thuk at office places which come and really spoil you doing your work, there is saving and sustainability. It helps you establishing CSR. It helps you portray, and moreover, it helps you align with an aspect of somebody you truly are, that is saving for the environment. And of course, the tech is way too cool. So the tech people in office were also quite impressed by it. Our central idea is let's go towards pure water along with pure business innovation, which we'll be showing in our subsequent slides. Next. So first, the campaign starts. Yeah. Now we have two ad films. These are the storyboards for the ad films. The first one we are targeting at a school. So we are thinking of showing a very annoying principal who's just after conserving electricity and water at any cost. A class is running, students and teachers are still inside, but she'll come and switch off the fan and says, guys, it's time for Earth Hour. There is a student who's filling his water bottle before boarding the bus and she is giving him stares. अरे भाई बस कर स्कूल में दे दिया घर के लिए भी कितना दे दे. And then in the end, she sugarcoats it by saying, you see, I am so, nice principal. See, I conserve water. I don't let my children waste it. The truth is, madam, you don't even let them have it. So there is where we will place Akvo. There is a very interesting chapter which all of us have gone through, and that is the chapter of states of matter. So we want to place Akvo there and then come up here and say, guys, you can choose to be that principal or just install Akvo. Your energy and water needs both would be solved. Next slide. Now, this would be a B2B corporate film. Here we want to show a very, very aspiring CEO who has won almost all business awards, which are all there. But oh, he sees his business shelf and he sees, wait, the socialist and economical aspect is missing from my shelf. How is this possible? And next day, he makes a trip with all of his staff to go to a beach cleanliness drive. Of course, it was not planned, even though the idea was noble, it doesn't go well. And then we are showing him talking to a fellow friend of his who's also a leader of another company, telling, oh my God, we had so much fun. We cleaned the shores as well as enjoyed the sun. But in background, it is shown all the mess which was there. A crab bit somebody, a person got allergies, and it really malfunctioned. And then, of course, because once you're showing off, you would want to know what the other person is doing. The person asks, by the way, bro, we are doing this much. What have you done? What has your company done? And the person says, bro, I just drank water. And he's really astonished. What? You did your CSR by just drinking water? Yes. In comes the Akvo explaining their tech, explaining how they are functional for the environment, and again relating with our larger business idea that how we are helping combat water scarcity as a whole. Next. Then comes billboards. So we want to place these billboards and our outdoor campaign to be kept along with major highways to major corporate vacation and eco work spots, such as the Aravali Hills. There's a new resort made there. Nowadays, as people are becoming woke, most businesses try to have an angle of giving back to the environment. This is also a secret need of most business leaders to become trendsetters. But then what better way to install a device which promotes innovation in terms of tech as well as conserving water with a modern twist? Next. These are our copies for digital campaigns. Since the people whom we want to consume our copies are already surrounded
Sorry,
by
did you just say copies?
yes,
Okay.
yes, are already surrounded by noise, something specific and short will be effective for catching attention. Now, as I am scrolling LinkedIn with posts filled with, oh, I'm a business evangelist and I did this for my company. As I was going through that tip, I came across this big realization. There would be these small things to catch attention. Now, apart from this, there are some initiatives which can be undertaken by Team Akvo, such as a hashtag or going live of Ask Navkaran, where no one explains the product and answers questions like the one who owns it, which is Navkaran himself. Now, brands are doing great by adding a touch of selfless angle. So, adding a touch of selfless angle as well helps in establishing credibility. Hence, we are proposing to install Akvo at places like the Cyber City in Gurugram, where people can sip it and see the technology live. And there we would find people of all walks of life who will also be the decision makers to install it in their office or not. Next. Now, most appealing to the administrative and business guys, it is also as important to attract the tech people and people towards tech. That's one of our, and the people, what we do for our tech is one of our major USPs. A spot where we feel this would catch the right eyes would be tech magazines and not a full page ad, just a quarter page ad in the end to tell them that what we do and how can they contact us. Next slide. Another way to target medium to large scale businesses where they are actually in the mood of networking would be expos. Here, we can launch our kiosks with a representative, which will be a nice way to let them try, taste the purity, as well as understand the tech which we are putting into this. Yes. Thank you.
Very good stuff. Apart from the copies bit.
Okay.
But very, very good.
On point.
Yeah. What was your single idea once again?
Pure water.
The one-line idea?
Pure
Huh?
water, pure business innovation.
Pure water, pure business innovation.
Yes.
Okay. I have no questions. Good stuff.
Neither do
Yeah.
I. I think I also don't have
Yeah.
any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashada. Bagga?
I'm on there.
This or this?
No, the former.
This?
Yeah.
Stuff. Okay. Who's team F? Who's presenting? Good. We're making good speed. Good, crisp presentations. Storyboarding was very good. Who did the storyboarding for the last one?
I did it.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
talented.
Thank you.
Okay. Team F. Anyone here in Team F?
Yeah.
Who?
Tarak, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, hi. This is Team F, and I am Tarika. I will be presenting the first half of the deck, and
Okay.
Sushmita will be taking over to the second part.
But
And
you'll be
Sushmita,
presenting your screen?
Sushmita will be presenting on screen, sorry.
So throughout or just?
Throughout.
Okay.
Yeah. Sushmita, can you please present your screen?
Yeah, give me a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the agency called?
So the agency we named Aligned without a G, and that is with intention because the purpose is basically that as a brand,
Align
we have
without G. Okay.
without a G. So the idea is that as a brand, we have multiple ideas and multiple things that we want to do. But us as an agency, we align or line up all of our ideas symmetrically so that you can convey all that you really want to.
Just spell align,
So
please, because when
ALINED. So line with an A.
ALINED, aligned.
Yeah.
Okay, aligned. Okay.
Right. So I think before we even begin, the most important part is to understand the problem, because that is the sole reason why all of us are here, because there is a problem and people like us, like we have come up with solutions. So when we move to the problem, as we can understand that right now the population of India is on the rise, right? What does that mean? Which it means that the cities are becoming denser and denser, which means that the demand for water is on the rise. When the demand for water is on the rise, it means that the pressure on different sources of water is super high. So, and of course, everybody, and since we're building these urban spaces and we are building more and more cities, everybody wants clean water. Nobody would really be interested in drinking unclean or unhygienic water. So once that comes into place, we also need to understand that as the demand rises, the demand is rising, but since that is a non-renewable resource, how are we able to solve that issue? So here comes Akvo, because Akvo is, again, it already has the tech. It is a sustainable product, and it also has a viable technology to bring to just convert air into water. And so we will just be highlighting. So it's not okay. So as an agency, our main agenda is to not change the product or anything, but just to highlight what Akvo already is. And
but as an agency, you can't change the product.
Yeah. So we just need to highlight what, because as an agency, so whenever a brand is coming to an agency, the main idea is to, because either they're not able to communicate what they really want to. Maybe it can be, the scope of it, or whatever they really want to communicate. So as an agency, our main idea is to highlight what the product already is. So coming to that factor, as we know, yeah. So as over here, as you see in the screen as well, we've talked about costing. So something like water, which is not...
I can't see that slide. I can only see...
No, the
okay,
previous one only. The previous one.
It's gone to the thirst for change.
This one. So right now, the tagline says water, wherever, whenever. But it might be wherever, right? But do we get it whenever we really want to? Not really, because there are a lot of problems when we talk about water, right? There is the number one issue. If we move to the next slide, Sushmita. So the number one issue is sourcing, right? Now, because again, as I said earlier, that the pressure to get clean water is super high. So sourcing is an issue. Number two, water is not accessible to all because of that same reason. And because of which Akvo comes into play, because Akvo is not doing anything special. What it is giving you, you already have it. It just has the right technology to convert that into the clean water that you really want. And because it is a leader in atmospheric water generation. So yeah, that is what it is doing well. And because of which, why should a business take this up? Well, because every business is trying to be organic. It is trying to be sustainable, right? Even if it is not sustainable, it is just trying to put up those words to be seen as that brand. But if you're using Akvo as your product, or wherever you're using Akvo, it isn't just I'm really sorry that I'm stammering, but the point being that at a time where everybody's trying to be sustainable, with Akvo you can actually and truly be a sustainable brand, because you're not just helping the environment, because you're reducing the pressure on the sources of water, but you're also improving the life and the health of the employees, and in turn also helping the future. So that being the main agenda, that's the campaign tagline, the thirst for change. Because as a brand, Akvo is bringing about something different, and even us as different businesses and as individuals, we are also looking for change. So yeah, Sushmita, if you could move to the next screen. Yeah. And here we have the video. So when we talk about businesses, again, there are different types of businesses. Even under B2B, we have manufacturing industries. We also have the service sector. So now, the main idea here is that we're talking about a factory in the video, and the factory has a lot of people, the workers are doing their job and everything, and they're super tired, and they're just going to get water, but there is no water. Now, machine one mein hai, na second machine mein hai, na third machine. The factory is out of water. And then the video just shows, so to stop, like a lot of 4 to 5 clips will be shown, and for 1 second, where it is visible that people are queued up to get water, but there's no water. Taps are dried up because there is no water. So all of these scenarios are shown. And then we just talk about how at a place where productivity flows, water does not. But with Akvo and Akvo's tech, that is actually possible. Water can flow anywhere, of course, till the time it is space that is humid enough to convert air into water. So so we move to the second part, that when the factory workers, everybody is really pressurized, and even the supervisors are pressurized. When they're trying to find a solution, Akvo is a solution that they find, and they discover Akvo. And as soon as everything is installed, of course, life gets better because life becomes healthier, and the workers also become happy. And the video just ends with the fact that there is a worker getting out of the factory happy, and I think finally content, because they understand the value of water, and the worker is just looking up with tears in his eye. So yeah, and the line being quenching thirst, fueling futures. Could you move to the next slide, Sushmita? Yeah. And so we will be targeting both digital media as well as print. So it'll be a 360-degree thing. So if we see the mood board here, what Akvo is, it has a clean design. It is modern. It is those machineries are placed at modern structures, plus also very neat and clean design, because of which this is a mood board that we created. And if we move to the next, Sushmita will take over for the carousel.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So moving ahead, we want to we did a social media research of Akvos, and we find out that Akvo is doing a lot, but it is not reaching to the masses. Considering all the likes and engagement that Akvo is getting at the moment, is something which should not be there. It should be more, I believe, because the kind of cause that they have brought to the table is very is beyond the kind of technology that we have expected, or we did not see it coming, to be honest. So it should reach the masses, and with our carousel, we want to target all the problems that Akvo is solving, one thing at a time. So this carousel post talks about the bottled water thing that Akvo solves. So whenever we consume water which is there in a bottle, it not just harms human beings, but it harms the environment also. And there are different diseases which we incur. Then we want to do a topical post, because we are looting water from the air. So it's just a topical post which will be posted around, say, World Environment Day, and we can promote this idea of generating water through the air which is there. And this is a long ad which I'd like to read with your permission, Bo and Bagga.
Yeah, sure, but you have just 2 minutes left.
Okay. So, water everywhere, not a drop wasted. Visualize your vibrant office space, your humming factory floors, the vast expanse of your corporate empire, essential to its heartbeat. Water, clean and crisp, life-giving, water. So basically, the idea behind this long ad is that wherever there is a corporate setup, we focus on everything which is essential to make our business work. But the tiny thing or something as easy as water, we do not put much focus upon. So the importance of water and how we should focus on making water an essential thing in our office space, this is all about. And we can then like use the same long ad as a leaflet also. So, and we can take the idea further with LinkedIn posts, podcasts, paid ads, billboards. And here we are to help your cause reach the masses. And my team includes Preetham, Ronak, Gayatri, Tarika, and me. That's it. Thank you. We are team
Thank you.
aligned.
Thank you, team aligned. I have no questions, but I have a few comments.
Sure.
My first comment is the fact that you can stop sharing your screen.
I believe I did.
Oh, one sec.
Did I just stop sharing?
Yeah, it's all good. Okay. My first comment is the fact that 65% of this deck was honestly information that we all knew. There was nothing new in the information that you shared. I mean, to a point, right? It seemed that I didn't really find any insights, and I didn't find any category insights. I didn't find any human insight in the presentation. And also, how were you taking the B2B story forward? What were the kinds of things that you were doing? Like I know there was a film, there were billboards, but it wasn't centered around one idea, at least. I mean, on the first cursory look, it didn't seem like it was centered around one idea. So those were my observations. Paga?
Yeah, I agree with you. Means I didn't really find a direction in there.
How long did you guys work on this for?
We took 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good effort. Thank you. Team G. Who's here at Team G?
Hello.
A couple of.
Oh, you.
Hi.
Who's presenting?
Okay, so our entire team is presenting. We've taken on different slides. Sushmita is, Sukanya is gonna.
I have to pin one of you all. So who do I pin?
Do you have to pin us?
Don't pin us. We're good.
Yeah, our voices will carry.
Okay, fine. What's your team called? Elysian.
We call team Elysian.
Elysian.
Okay, all yours.
Okay, hi
Bunny.
everybody. We're here from Team Elysian to present to you for our creative pitch for Akvo. I'm Tanika, and all my team members will be talking through you two different aspects of the pitch deck. First of all, I'll take you through the contents to tell you what to expect today. So Kanya, could we go to the next slide?
Do you want to go full screen, please?
Yes, let me figure out.
No, not that way. So you open it up on the browser, I think. If you don't open it up on the browser, there's a way to.
Command L or Control L.
Which one?
Just go on view and then go on large full screen. Right? View. And then
view file.
View. Upar.
Edit.
I can't find
edit.
File edit.
Just 1 second.
Come on, yeah, Gen Z.
Top left.
Top left, file, edit, view. The third one.
View.
The third one.
View.
Full screen
mode. Full screen
Control
mode.
L also.
Niche. Control.
Okay.
Quote from last.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, we're back on the road. So basically today I'm just going to tell you what to expect from our campaign. We're going to talk about our campaign objectives. We're going to talk about a little bit of the deep dive of the brand that we looked at. audience mapping, then we're going to take you through the industry landscape, our insights, what the insight was that inspired the campaign, then the campaign and the deliverables. So Seleksha is going to get us started. Over to you.
Thank you. Let's start by decoding our brief. So the core proposition is to create drinking water from air using condensation tech, wherein the problem at hand for this brief is to raise awareness and trust in our brand. Uh, Akvo generally positions itself as a reliable and innovative solution and a leader in providing sustainable clean water solutions. While the purpose of the entire campaign is to educate our TG on benefits of this tech. Let's talk about the brand deep dive. So our goal is to increase market penetration and brand loyalty that rests on three fundamental pillars: innovation, sustainability, and high quality pure water. While the thing to keep in mind is that all comms are for a B2B audience. Now, talking of audience, let's deep dive into our brand personality. Akvo is like a explorer in their archetype. They seek effective ways to manage complexities with tech, like complex, intricate business and environmental challenges like water purifying. And the tonality in their comms is clear and simple, while they also position their messaging as inspiring. And their persona is as that of a tech innovator, reliable expert, and a sustainability advocate.
So Aqua is a great proposition for MNCs and startups. So we are targeting MNCs that have 500 plus employees and also startups which have less than 500 employees. And some of the benefits that we are going to achieve through this campaign are streamlining the management and logistic procedures and controlling the purity of water, because we don't know from where the water which is there in the canister that is taken from, it does contain impurity. And also trying to provide a cost effective alternative and an affordable medium to generate water from air, so and also reduce water wastage. So regarding RO purifiers, what we have come up with is that RO purifiers, they waste around 3 liters of water for every 1 liter of purified water that is provided. And over there, we can position Akvo in negating that disadvantage.
And the industry is clogged with suboptimal choices like RO solutions, which waste a lot of water. Then it is a constant challenge to have control over quality in cases of using water jars, while the other incumbents are low tech functionality products.
Okay, so we're going to talk about a little bit about the insights that we discovered while researching the product. And we are going to look at it from the point of view of our TG, which is MNCs and startups. And these are some of the issues that we realize that they face. That there is one of the resources that they use for water is RO. That leads to a lot of wastage of water, which, as a resource is a problem. Of course, there's an issue of large bills, etc. Then, of course, high logistics. So people who are using these water canisters, we've all used it at some point or the other in our offices. And it's a very high logistical cost. At the same time, it's very inconvenient, it's clunky, it's bad for the environment, all of that. And of course, finally, monitoring the fresh, clean drinking water for your employees is definitely a challenge for employers who nowadays increasingly focus on the health of their employees, because obviously they want us to do good work. Now, distilling all of that, we've come up with this campaign tagline that will be at the heart of the campaign that we're proposing today. And it is your office water buddy. The reason why we picked this is, imagine you're in an office, and I've always seen this. There's always this one guy whose job it is to take out the canisters, put in the canisters, take out the canisters, put in the canisters. And it's just logistically a nightmare. You have to wait for the water. You don't know where it comes from. So we're targeting this sentiment, and our entire campaign is built on the back of this Akvo being, your water buddy in the office.
So taking forward that sentiment, we have come up with some content strategy here. We are going to mainly target social media platforms where Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter are going to be played. Then emails, in-flight magazines, outdoor campaigns, and newspaper ads. We have selected these mediums, but we are will be open to more in future as well. We have chosen these platforms because the people we are going to target are the people who are constantly traveling through flights. So, which is why we have included in flight magazines. They are the business administrators or the corporate people or the decision makers who are usually more active on LinkedIn, Twitter, and emails. As well as to create more awareness, we have also included newspaper ads and outdoor ads in our campaign. Next slide.
Okay, so for the first creative idea that we are going with is a long print ad copy. So with Bo's permission and also Navkaran's permission, should I read this out?
Go for it.
Okay. So yeah, the title for this is, I'm not sure if it's been
You can read it yourself.
Yeah, I can't remove this bar. Anyway.
Should one of us read it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm just going to read on behalf of Sukanya. She can explain it. So basically, we said that this is not what you think it is. This is your freedom. Going back to the idea of the water buddy, and we're saying, look at this picture on your right. What do you see? At first glance, you see an RO purifier, right? But that's not what it is. Imagine this. You already have the best RO purifier installed in your organization. To be precise, every floor of the building has this equipment. You care for your employees, prompting you to provide safe drinking water. Well, that's great. Just a wise employer should be. But you've noticed that why have you observed that Tina has been absent in office so frequently? We are guessing that someone is stating that their stomach is upset or have gastric issues 10 times a month, and that's not a typical scenario. All right, forget about Tina. Vivek, Sham, Rita, Molly are also having the same problems. Perhaps your RO purifiers are at fault. Although these devices remove impurities, they don't 100% give you clean water. So we've basically distilled all of that down and goes on to talk about that. And we end this long ad with saying freedom from municipality lines, freedom from water canisters, freedom from your own water.
Okay. We're also planning a bunch of emailers for these B2B people talking about our value prop and how Akvo can make a difference in their offices.
Here we have some Twitter tweets for which we are planning to target. We are prompting the people who are in the hiring committee to be a smarter boss by telling them to quit their water canisters, their relationship with water canisters, and adopt to a more smarter ways of bringing water to their offices. They can use the space which they're wasting for storing water by renovating it into a meeting room. And that's how we are trying to communicate here on Twitter.
Okay, Instagram, we have created a few sample creatives, spectatives. And basically, we're once again focusing on our central insight about Akvo being your water buddy in the office. And, we're talking about how if you use the canisters, you don't know where they're from. With Akvo, it's air, you know it's pure. So we're once again circling back to the main insight. The next slide. Then we're once again talking about that, how there are microplastics and unverified water sources, the hassle of filling up the water bottles, and these are all the problems that Akvo as your water buddy will solve. For social media, this is a LinkedIn carousel. It goes from this to the next slide, actually. So just bear with me. So at first, so basically our idea is because this is B2B and a lot of leadership exists on LinkedIn, we want to target them as our consumer here. And we've talked about, how you need 8 glasses of water in a day for good health. You also know that your employee spends a lot of time at work. And so we sort of use that idea to say that give your employees the gift of water with Akvo as your water buddy. Next slide. And then we sort of tied it up to a CTA and giving you more information, how you can book a demo, etc. So if you're on a carousel in LinkedIn, you can see all of this. Next. And then this is, one of the static posts on LinkedIn, again, talking about social responsibility, water, etc. Next.
So here we have some examples of the outdoor ads where we have cut out the shape of hourglass and the shape of canister out of the billboard to emphasize that the water that comes through in our systems in Akvo comes right from air. It's made the water is made basically from air, to emphasize on that, and to play on the idea that just like how love is in the air, life is also in the air, and we can access it through Akvo. Next.
So before talking about the success, I want to take a moment and talk about how we're going to position these outdoors. So remember those common routes wherein during the normal office hours there is a lot of traffic jams. Yes, those are the strategic locations we're going to double down on. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have a ton of other things planned for you, Navkaran. And we're going to measure the success of this campaign based on impressions, comments, like shares, of course, and some business metrics like click-through rates, revenue generated, unique visitors on the website, and the number of clients closed. So it's not just going to be awareness activity, but also a business top line contributing activity.
And that's it from us.
Yeah, that's all, folks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
to
you,
answer
guys.
if you folks have, or if there's something.
No questions. I have no questions.
I'm good.
Is it clear or all clear then?
Yes. 1 second. Baka?
Yep. Yep.
Final the I, this, or this.
What is the other option? So yeah, this works. Then we'll discuss on this part. You keep it at this right now.
Okay. Guys, give me 2 minutes. Baka, I'm just calling you on your phone. Just stay on this call. Huh? I'm calling you.
तान्या आई थिंक जूम का एक्सेस भी जाएगा इतनी बार बोलेगी तो
Try till you succeed.
Sorry. So firstly, thanks guys. It was like really insightful, all the effort put in here. was pretty good. And I think between like my top two were Elsian and Double Decker. I think just my 2 cents here with Elsian, I think the idea around that was very nice. But I think from a B2B perspective, sorry, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
So from a B2B perspective, I think the thought process was good, but I personally feel that the water body thing is more targeted towards the final consumer, i.e. the employee. But they aren't necessarily the decision makers in the B2B space. So that was the only thing that didn't work for me.
So the thought behind this thing was that to spark conversations first, then move into conversions, like making sure that conversions happen towards the sale, sparking conversations, booking meetings, and then closing deals.
I know, but my point is that the decision makers in companies are really driven from employee up. It's always top down, not bottom up. So while people might like to have these conversations, employees talk about ye ho raha hai, wo ho raha hai, etc. But at the end of the day, the decision, purchase decision always comes top down. It's very, very rarely bottom up, right? So that was the only thing that didn't work for me. So I would like to announce that Double Decker is my choice with regards to because to be very honest, to their credit, they were very on point with regards to the entire B2B problem that was in my head on how we need to communicate that. And from that perspective, it really worked for me. And so congratulations. It's very insightful and great job on that.
Double Decker!
Woohoo!
Double applause.
And that's after Bodhi gave you got was minus 8 million something. So you
Yeah.
8 billion something. So yeah.
I'll take care, Bo. Sorry.
Woo! Okay, I have just a few comments. Congratulations, Double Decker. So
Thank you.
In the spirit of transparency, because hey, you should always be transparent. So not everything is objective, unfortunately. Okay, this is what the scores look like. My favorites were Unbrief, Double Decker, and Elysian. Is that how you pronounce it? Okay. Now, Unbrief, the research was spot on. Very, very good research. Double Decker really took it to a very, very good space. The ideas were, you could actually execute those ideas as of today. Elysian, your deck was very good. Very good deck, very, very good presentation. The only thing where it somehow dropped was the water body. See, it no matter how great your strategy is, it needs to have a creative execution. That's the only place where the creative execution dropped, and that's why it just didn't flow through. Water body is a very casual way of doing conversation. Not to say that B2B should not be casual. That's not what I'm saying at all. But there is a way to hold that conversation, which somehow Double Decker got. Now, every single person here in this cohort has a similar kind of experience, right? So it's not that some of you had more experience or less experience. It was more or less average job, which is why it's a mixed bag of people. And I'm very proud of not just Unbrief, Double Decker, and Elysian, but also Popcorn. Popcorn's research was very good. Presentation was very, very good. Started off with very well.
With regards to competition, I think it was very good research.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Playaholics, your strat was very good strat. The actual implementability of that idea, not so much. So see, that's why I've done these tabs here to assess the idea, not just in presentations, but as of today, can we implement them? Because that's core to the brief, right? So yeah, I thought I'll show you the scores. And even though some of the scores are higher, lower, whatever, at the end of the day, it's a conversation.
So it wasn't on average selection, it was basically what worked at the end. I know if you go by numbers, you'll say we win.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, that wasn't what it was.
But good. Congratulations once again, team. Very, very well done. Bhaga, thank you. We shall, so here's how it's going to work. I mean, we'll get the money, or I'll send you Bhaga's address and you can haunt him.
Yeah, you can just chase me down for it. Yeah, but no, you send me details, and thanks a lot, guys, and great job.
Thank you, Bhaga. Guys, just stay on the chat. Bhaga, you can drop off.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Yeah. Okay. Wait, how do I? Who's disappointed?
बस इतने से चूक गया था, इतने से
I know. I've been there. I know the feeling. It is what it is. It's and your deck was very good. The deck was very, very good.
And God knows how the deck was put in place. We thought we were the last sending the deck. Apparently, it happened to be the first ones.
Very, very good deck. This I just want to chat with Aligned. Aligned, what went wrong with your deck? Was there something that you didn't understand from it? I just felt that just from, like, I know I've spent time with you guys, but I actively tried to switch off that part of me and to assess it in a very, very, very objective way, right? Because that's the only fair way to sort of judge this. It seemed that you guys weren't prepared for this at all. And, it just seemed that you were just trying to wing the presentation. So just walk me through what you guys were thinking. How did you guys come together? What was your process of co-creation? Because this is, this was as real as it would be in real life. I mean, this is exactly how pitches work, honestly. You're put together, you create, you brainstorm, you come up with something in a collaborative way, and then you present. So I try to mirror that, for this exercise. So I just want to hear from you guys. What do you think went wrong?
Hi, sorry to disappoint you, and
No. You didn't disappoint. It's not disappointment. This is all learning. So you have to first of all understand that this is all learning. It's not just you didn't disappoint me. You didn't disappoint yourself, right? This is all learning. Okay.
Okay. So everybody was busy with their stuff, and despite we discussed that we'll like block our time and we'll connect and we'll work on their project, but we could not somehow because everyone had their own stuff going on. I have people, can you please like add to it, people who were there in team F? So we were mostly on WhatsApp chat. Everything that happened took place on WhatsApp chat. I did not talk to each one of them, honestly, though I tried to, but they were not available, and everyone had a different idea for Akvo, but somehow it could not come in place, and that was evident in our presentation. Even before the presentation we could not connect, so that's why it happened.
So did you take the lead on this, Sushmita?
I tried to, but somehow I could not. I did as much as I could.
Okay, fair enough. So just a little bit of advice from someone who's done this. And it's interesting that you said that, because I know some other teams also where some people just didn't show up, right? And while there are millions of reasons why that can happen, like there's other stuff going on in life, not interested, whatever, let's not get into that. You're often going to be in a place where you're supposed to be a team, but it's you actually, picking up the weight. Okay. You have to identify that very early on. For example, I gave this brief out to you guys when on Wednesday or Thursday.
You gave us a week to prepare for it.
Wednesday, no?
Yeah, it was a week. I think it was Monday.
Monday. Oh, correct.
It was
Monday. Yeah. By Wednesday, you should have understood that people are not going to be contributing. At least gotten a sense. Okay. And I'm saying this is you because you said that you try to take the lead. It could be someone else. I don't know. Right. And then you should have done whatever it is in your personal capacity and capability to pull that weight. Because this is not the last time that this is going to happen to you. This is going to happen to you a lot, many more times than you want it to happen. I've faced this, so I know what to do about it now. Okay. So for the future, just do that.
Yeah, but it becomes difficult because I may take the lead, then other people might feel that their contribution is not there. I did not want anyone to feel that. I wanted everyone's
That's
contribution. That's
I know I know, but you can't have it both ways. You can't be a good person and yet also have a great presentation. You have to pick. It's very hard. It's a hard call to take, but that's just
but it
how
was my
this
first time.
business
Yes,
works.
it was a learning. And congratulations, team Double Decker. I'm super happy that someone made it.
Someone would have made it.
Yeah.
Okay, team. Let's start with popcorn. Where do you think you could have done better? Piyush, where have you been? I haven't seen you around.
Yeah, I was just telling these guys. So a crisis meeting happens. Apparently, like for a brand, someone in a video wrote Republic Day as Republic Day, and the client
What the
caught that.
fuck?
So
Oh
I mean,
God.
that was like crazy day today. But I mean, in my team, I think like I'm grateful to be a part of Harshita's team. I mean, superhero, like amazing. I mean, she's been. I mean, even if I say that, she's the one who just carried all this load and made all of this by herself. I mean, I don't think I'd be like lying.
Hmm.
So I think just kudos to her. Like excellent work. She
Yeah, very
never
good work.
even
All round. Very good work.
yeah, she never even like just told us also, you guys are not there, this, that, and all. Like she just took all of, like she just asked thoda basic insights she took from us, and then I
Hmm.
think she did all of that on. I mean, just kudos, respect for that to her. Like some OP stuff, dude. Harshita, you're a superhero.
This popcorn. Where do you think you could have done better?
I think in terms of the execution, we could have done better. Like the
Yeah.
ideas and copies, we could have done. Like others have done some long copies, outdoor ads. There, we could have done
Hmm.
something much better.
I agree. Yeah, execution somehow fell flat with you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. I agree. Execution could have been a lot better. Clayholics, what do you feel? Now that you've seen all the presentations, what's your reading?
I feel, Bo, that we have put in a lot of effort, but
Hmm.
we lack experience somehow.
But then so does everyone else.
How to begin with that one idea and
Hmm.
the central idea, and then get the spokes out of it. I think that
Hmm.
went a little bit wrong. And we were
But you
discussing.
you saw how it was done in other decks now, no? So you
Yes,
learned.
we saw that.
Hmm.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
And we were discussing about the B2B part yesterday and today, but yes, we have done a
Hmm.
lot of hard work on it.
No,
Earlier, it
no,
was totally
the work
different.
shows. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
The work
earlier
absolutely
we
shows.
had prepared a different deck, and then we have,
Oh.
modified it completely. And
Hmm.
we have
Do you think it would have been better had you been given more time?
I don't know, because I to never have made such a deck, and our team also. So maybe I don't
How do you
know.
feel?
I
How do you feel
obviously
after making this deck?
we are feeling good. We were discussing in the group. At least we have tried, and that has given us, time to reflect and get feedback at least.
Hmm.
And your feedback matters here. You should tell us where we lag. I mean, we don't know.
No, I think the where you guys lacked was honestly the research. Your research wasn't really all that good. Execution was so, but the implementability again was low in your idea. But I think for a bunch of people who were doing this for the first time, I think it was great start. Great start. So yeah. Unbrief?
So we we were all operating from even different time zones. So Sudeshna is in a different time zone.
Hmm.
So when we were working on the inside panel, we started out with the wrong inside. It's an interesting story. And then we scrapped the entire deck. And by that time, so because Sudeshna really helped us out despite the time zone difference. So
Yeah.
then what we did was we powered through, and we sat with the insight and like thought of the thing all over again. Fullest credits to Sudeshna for staying up till like late. How late were you up in your time zone, Sudeshna? How
I think
late
it
was
was
it?
3:30 in
Holy
the morning.
shit.
Oh,
And she had
fuck.
office the next day, okay? So fullest credits to her for putting in till the last moment she could. And then uske baad, then we were also working on that insight and trying to refine it more. And some of us were working on the inside. Some Jija took a chunk, huge chunk of the work. Like she has really been the backbone of this whole thing. And Gurpreet also has given a beautiful like insight. So I think the amount of effort मैंने वीडियो का किया, and then last moment में we were also reviewing the whole thing, but like huge credits to Jija, Gurpreet, Sudeshna, amazing folks. Like I think all of us took the load like together whenever whoever could, and we were like basically chatting upon the group, like we're like loving the other presentations also. और हमें लग ही रहा था double decker को तो we are all like appreciating. So huge shout out to double decker. Loved the whole thing, and we loved this entire thing.
That was the
Hitesh
entire
missed out.
patch ka feeling about double decker presentation.
Yes, it's so good, and we loved working on this also, and we loved the presentations of the other people also. Super enjoyable.
Yeah, I think all the presentations were great presentations. Son of a bitch, what do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, we enjoyed making it, but
Yeah, it showed. The energy was great.
But the thing that I also personally felt this morning only when I was looking at it was that the B2B aspect of it was lacking. And
Yeah.
we discussed that also, but then we were like, now
We
it's too
didn't
late.
have time to like
Yeah.
the whole thing
Like
again. So
we were
like
quite aware of that going into it. Like not fully aware of it, but like we knew that something is off in the B2B, like the brief aspect of
Your
that.
execution was great though. Good execution.
Also, I forgot to say the team members is there's Kriti and Snehashis as well. So shout out to them. They did great as well.
Very cool. No,
And
good stuff.
sorry, what is the one of the feedbacks you gave on the first route? I didn't completely hear that, or I missed that. You said it doesn't work because of the
What was your first route?
the one with like the
where
different.
there's air, there's water.
Yeah, because because it's not where there's water. There's drinking water. So you missed out on the drinking water aspect. By showing a visual of a city or a road which is underwater, you're showing now take Akvo logo away and put aquarium water, Delhi's largest water aquarium.
Yeah.
It'll work. You know what I'm saying? So I mean the drinking water aspect was missing in the first one, and the second one, the drinking water aspect was very much there, but the B2B aspect was completely missing. The second one was a nice idea.
Did the terrain,
There was a visual of a desert, no?
Yeah, that was
very powerful.
So that was just showing different terrains, but did that make sense, or still again the line was missing the drinking aspect of it?
No, the different terrain idea. That's what I'm saying. The different terrain idea was very powerful idea, but it had nothing to do with the B2B conversation.
Okay.
But didn't it lack the nuance that these kind of purifiers don't work in all kind of atmospheric conditions? They need a certain amount of humidity.
But that was too layered. No one would understand that unless you put it out. You just said this place too has water. That's what you said. So it had a germ of an idea. It had a germ of a very powerful idea, in fact. Aligned. I told you. I mean, you guys obviously didn't have time. Plus, a whole bunch of stuff was happening. So it is what it is. And of course, double decker will come to last. Elysian, sorry, you missed out. It's a good presentation, very good presentation, very good energy. I love the fact that all of you presented. That's a huge plus, huge plus. And it looked like all of you all were involved in making that presentation as well. It wasn't just like a rehearsed thing. So everyone was doing their bit. It was very good. The idea was nice. I liked the idea, but it was not a B2B idea. The research was very powerful. What I think why I loved your deck was that going into the deck, you pointed out, okay, this is what we're going to do. And it was very neat, very methodical. So, like, just in terms of deck design, 10 on 10. I just wish there was a prize for deck design.
I'll have to give that to Sulaksha though. He's been very meticulous about getting the deck together. I think all of us contributed in terms of putting things in the deck, contributing to ideas, making the creatives, but he was the one who was formatting the deck constantly for us.
Brilliant job. Brilliant
have to
job.
give
Even
that
till
to
the last minute, like
Absolutely.
we were literally begging him, okay, can we share now? Can we share now? It's 2 p.m. Can we please share now?
Yeah, but can
Very
I
good.
say
Very
that
good.
I'm very shook that we came second because we were so scared. We were like, oh my God, what have we done? But I think it's sort of helped me realize that we've come a long way since our first session. So thank you so much for that, Bo.
I think, man, everyone has come a long way. And I don't know if you guys can see it as objectively as I can see it. Like if you compare your first assignment that you did at the Copy Traineeship and this fucking deck that you made, in whatever state that this deck is in, no one's going to believe that it's the same person who's done this work.
Right.
No one's going to believe that you guys put together a deck.
It's all your credit, Bo.
I know.
So, interestingly, while doing this assignment, we also cracked the framework of sorts. If you allow, I'll share my screen and show
Yeah,
you
sure,
how.
go ahead.
Yeah. Let me know once you're able to see my screen. So we were all working async and all of us had very different availabilities. So we sort of built a tracker wherein we had some structured questions wherein how we were thinking about everything. And everyone did their own research for, let's say, 3 days. And these were the timelines we all aligned on, and we turned around the deck on Sunday itself.
This is exactly how I would have done it.
Yeah, and everyone.
By the way, one thing I would just like to mention, Agastya couldn't be on the call today, but shout out to him. If you're seeing us having good research, that's him. He's done all of this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
We also wireframed the deck before getting into the actual things and structured on what is it that we want to talk about and what is it that we don't want to talk about and prioritized on a bunch of these things. So happy to share this with you. So
This is fucking nuts, guys.
Yes,
could-
please share
I
with
didn't
us.
expect this at all.
so
You guys are, I mean, I don't want to like fucking and not by you guys, I mean everyone. I don't want to like blow air up your asses, but I think you're on like this was just a joke, right? Like this mini agency thing was just a joke. But I think you're well on your way to becoming one. With the kind of collaboration that you've done and the kind of output that I see today. And you know me by now. I don't fucking mince words. I don't fucking say shit for the sake of saying shit.
Right.
Yeah. Very, very powerful stuff. Very powerful stuff. Little overwhelming also.
A good learning would be for me is that if had there been a little more time, this could have been turned around like really well.
Shall I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
If I gave this brief to you on Monday, if the deadline was Thursday, last Thursday, you still would have shown me this.
I'm not too sure on that. I feel
I'm very sure about that.
I'll trust you, Bo. You have a lot more experience than us. So I'll trust
You
on
work
that.
backwards. See, just like you've done that tracker, you work backwards. Okay. If so on the other side, if this deadline was, let's say, 3rd Feb, you still would have shown me the same thing. I guarantee that. So 1 week was a long time. So the reason I gave 1 week because I wanted you guys, but I knew that it's the first time you guys are working with each other, just to get in tune with everyone else, aligned with the way everyone is thinking. That's going to take a bit of time. The work, honestly, creating the deck doesn't take the time, as you've realized by now.
Right.
It's the thinking about what's going to go in. It's the structuring that takes the time. Now, once you've cracked that, the rest is easy.
I just
But
feel
good stuff.
Yeah, for us, the insights took the most of the time.
The 8 slides.
No,
Huh?
the insight.
The insight.
About what insight we're going behind. Yeah, that took us the most amount of time.
That's where the time is usually spent.
Almost all of our insights were turning out to be
I
like
think
consumer
I'll just add
insights.
something over here. So I honestly wasn't like expecting much from the results, but I really loved the process of going through the entire thing because having been an agency and worked with people, so for me that group activity is the most thing that I look out for. So here I was working with people I met for the first time, and that too for like such a short span of time. Like within like 4 days, we had to like come up with something, 4 5 days. So I think given that the kind of work that we have churned out, all of us included, and I got to learn something from everyone, like each and
Yeah.
everyone. So
Yeah.
this is what actually like is my takeaway from this assignment. Like I was like obviously winning the 30K would have been the cherry on the cake, but but that was not the end goal for us. The whole the exercise, going through the entire brief, and in fact also the learnings that we took from your classes, like the insight mapping thing, and like we all like sat together in a call and we did live insight mapping for Akvo. So it was amazing. So that is the experience that which is my going to be my takeaway from this presentation per se, and also seeing all the other work that the teams have done. Like I was obviously like I told my team also, like I'm really excited to watch what others are going to do, and that's why I was very happy that for the first thing is ours. Like we'll be done, and then I'll be like sitting nicely and watching everyone else's presentation. So that's what I did, and I'm amazed by looking at some of the work. I have no
Yeah.
idea how much experience each one of us has in advertising, or whether we have or not, but it's so good.
See,
like I've seen
the thing is that if you show this deck to anyone in advertising, everyone will say, judging from the decks that you've designed, all of y'all, that you guys have about 6 to 7 years of work experience in advertising.
Yeah, I'm blown away. I'm still in shock, I think. And like after seeing Sulaksha's framework, I'm stunned. So that's why I've also asked him in the comments that please share the framework with us if you'll be so kind to do that. And also take a PPD training session for us, at least for me, because I know I need it. So I know I can
you
track
do.
strategies.
You do. Yeah. How to design a presentation is such an important skill set to
Yeah,
have.
it's a skill.
Such
It's a
an
life
important. It
skill.
can make or break a presentation.
I've been trying to learn it from my seniors, and usually it happens that way. Whichever organization you join, you kind of tend to follow the kind of pitches that have been made earlier and stuff like that. But I kind of like seeing good pitches and try to emulate it, but I still haven't like really cracked my own style of making a deck. So which is why when I see good decks, I'm always like, please teach me how to go about it. So again, so to Sulakshay, another shout out, please take a PPT training for us, making training for us. So it'll be great. I'll take all of that learnings with me, apart from the one that Bo is already sharing.
But this
yeah.
this was something we did together as a team. So it is like Elysian team shout out, not mine.
Yeah. The whole
Team,
team,
पूरी
the whole
team ले लो
team.
यार session. We don't
Yeah,
mind. We
सब
just want to
मिलके
learn it.
सब मिलके ले लो, but please लो PPT. Even unbrief. I have to say this. I loved Deepti's presentation. Like I'm bowled over with her presentation skills. Not that I wasn't bowled over with her before, but today so like I was like next level. Like I couldn't look at my phone. So all the while I was a little distracted, but while brief explanation was happening, I couldn't remove my eyes from the screen because it was that in capturing. So great job, guys. Everybody.
There are 30 people tonight. I want 30 of you fuckers to go on LinkedIn tomorrow and write about this experience.
Yeah, but
I'm writing it today.
30.
We're
I want 30
definitely
posts.
doing that.
Bo, can I say something?
Yeah, please. Closing thoughts.
Adrija was mentioning while we were doing insight mapping and everything. Now there's this strange thing in our head, like what would Bo think? Right? That went through our head as a group. Okay, maybe Bo would say that this is insight mapping. And so that was that's something that I've taken away. There's this strange voice in my head now whenever I read a campaign or we are thinking about insights. I just wanted to
You might need therapy.
Thank you.
Yeah, therapy seems to be the only way.
One
Again,
question.
having a group therapy
session.
Can we put all the decks in the Google Drive? That way we can all refer to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
please.
we should.
Yeah,
Bo,
that's a
just
great
put
idea.
them.
out of curiosity, what is your favorite like agency name?
Oh, good question. What's my favorite agency name? I'll tell you. I'm torn between Double Decker and Son of a Pitch.
Shit, I thought I'd win something at least.
He wanted to hear that. That's why he asked this question.
Yeah, I know him by now.
wanted to hear that.
I also know the name was thought of by him only. He's the
The name is so
reigning.
Jairaj. Like the moment
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said it,
He's
I
the
was like,
reigning punster. The
Something else,
reigning
like-
punster of the Jan cohort.
But I also learned a lot about not resorting to that in that session on the Uber crafting that I did. That was also insightful about how you said the
Okay. Bugga has just texted saying, will you share the double decker pitch deck, please? Which is a good thing. Means that he's thinking about it. So he wasn't just doing this for the fuck of it.
Can you share it to like the whole cohort because so that we can learn also?
Yeah, so just someone please open up a folder on the Google Drive, title it Akvo decks and put all the decks there.
On it.
Okay. Any closing thoughts before we sign off? Wednesday is our last, not even a session. It's just like tearful goodbye.
it's a therapy
But
session.
Wednesday is therapy session, group therapy session. Correct.
When are you inviting us for drinks?
Yeah, very soon. I'm just, I think next week we should do something. Whoever is in Gurgaon, we should meet up. Come over. But apart from drinks and food, any last thoughts? Anything that you want to talk about? Any comments? Any questions? No? Okay.
I have one question. This is something which I personally struggled with coming up with the category insight. It was particularly a little bit difficult for me. Like human insights, by now we know through the insight mapping kaise karna hai, kya karna hai. But category insight find out karna was a bit of a difficult task for me.
Some teams got that right. The behavior around water canisters, I think, I don't remember which team it was. Who was it? I can't
It was
remember. Anyway.
Harshita's team. I remember her talking about it. We spoke
Yeah, those are
about it
nice
a little bit,
insights.
but she had those quotes. I really liked that she had those quotes on her.
Yeah. Correct. Those are category insights. Okay, someone please put all the decks into a folder called Akvo presentations so we can all view them. Okay. And double decker, please send me a PDF of your final deck. You can send it to me on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. See you. Bye. See you on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.